All right, joining me live here from Karnataka's Bengaluru, MB Patil, who's a Congress strongman, a Lingayat strongman. Mr. Patil, thank you very much for speaking to India today. A quick word, Mr. Patil. At this point, we know that the Congress is struggling to name a CM face in the Karnataka Congress. And as much as you might not want to say it, you're also one of those men in the front runners, the list of front runners, because you are seen as a Lingayat strongman. The Congress now really desperately trying to woo the Lingayat community after B.S. Yediyoorappa's forced exit as Chief Minister from the BJP. It appears that the Congress now trying to rake in that support from the community, and you seem to be an integral point. Before I get to the Lingayat appeasement by the Congress, I'd like to ask you on the visuals that we played on our screens between D.K. Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah, the kind of bonhomie. We'd like to ask if it's genuine or maybe just to please your leader, Rahul Gandhi, who was there.
No, it's 100% genuine. See, it was Siddaramaiah's 75th birth anniversary. We had a big gathering, Siddaramaiahji's followers, the Congress workers throughout the country, the rural mass, the youngsters, they all participated. And never in the history of Karnataka, there was such a huge gathering. And the gathering was there from 10:30 to evening 6 o'clock, and the gathering was on more than 10 to 12 lakhs.
What was the purpose of the gathering? Was it to woo the Lingayat community?
No, this gathering was nothing to do with the Lingayat. This was all, it was sure. One is, they're all Siddaramaiah's well-wishers, they're all Congress well-wishers, the Congress party people who had gathered there, irrespective of caste and religion. Everybody had gathered there, more than you might have got it from your sources. How big the gathering was there.
No, but we also got some of those people there speaking on the side saying we're getting free biryani and free food, so that's why we're going there. Mysore Pak was given to many of them. All right, that aside, Mr. Patil, at this point for the opposition Congress in Karnataka, the only problem seems to be the infighting, especially between D.K. Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah. The two strong leaders, grassroots mass leaders, are somehow not able to come to terms on who should really be the CM's face. Is this really denting your prospects?
No, in Congress, not only in Karnataka, wherever, whether it's Maharashtra, except in recent times the Punjab, where Chani was projected as a face. It's always, Congress, we have to get our numbers first. We in Karnataka, we have to get 115. After 115 seats, the numbers, the legislature party will meet. Based on the opinion of the legislatures, the Congress High Command, the observer, Srimati Sonia Gandhi, she will take a decision who will be the Chief Minister. There's no question of who should be the Chief Minister at this point. At this point, our primary concern is we have to throw this corrupt BJP government. There's no development. Never in the Karnataka's history we have seen such a corrupt government, directionless government. So people are very much eager. One will get the elections and they will vote for Congress and we get the majority, and we will have a same government in 2013 to 2018.
But we saw what happened in 2018, barely a year and a half, and the Congress government collapsed, and you were the Home Minister at that time. For now the Congress to be stable, you've got to really have an overwhelming victory, and that's not going to happen if D.K. Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah are constantly at loggerheads.
No, that's what I'm telling you. 115 is this one on our own. After when it was a coalition government. This time we are going concentrating on 130, 40 seats, maybe 150 seats. So we have our own stable government, and we give the same programs like what we did.
For you to get that number, Mr. Patil, for you to get that number, you need the Lingayat community support. You're the Lingayat strongman, but one knows very well that it's B.S. Yediyoorappa who really guides the community's mood. And so long, Lingayat community has pledged their support to the BJP. Do you think they'll come back to you?
Yeah, one second. You have to collect 1989. In 1989, when Virendra Patil was the PCC president, Congress got the historic majority, 176 seats, 176 out of 224. So Lingayats, after that there have been a drift after Virendra Patil. Again now, of course, Yediyurappa is a tall leader, and he become further powerful when Kumaraswamy did not hand him the
but
power.
the current situation, looking at the current scenario, Lingayat support is with the BJP. How are you going to woo that?
See, after Yediyurappa's removal, number one, although there might be another Lingayat as the chief minister, but compared to Yediyurappa, like in Congress we have Siddaramaiah, a tall leader, mass leader. Similarly in BJP it was Yediyurappa. After Yediyurappa's removal, the community feels, last time also he was not allowed to complete his term. This time also he is not allowed to complete a term. And he was made to get into the practice of Operation Kamala. Yediyurappa to do the Operation Kamala, buying out this 17 MLAs, getting them elected and all this, and he was thrown out of power before he completed his term. Not only once,
so
twice.
You're saying the Lingayat community is angry with the BJP?
Definitely the Lingayat community is angry with the BJP, and those Lingayats who voted for BJP in the last elections in 2018, 50% of the Lingayats who have voted to BJP will now vote to Congress. You take it from me.
So then you're the strong Lingayat face. Why not name you as the Congress CM face?
No, there's no question of naming anybody as the chief minister. First, this one is to we get 130, 40 seats, 150 seats. Then the question of who should be the chief minister.
So you're saying there's no way the Congress is going to name their CM face before elections this time? That's not going to happen.
Generally in Congress it has never happened except Punjab. And if the High Command
well, the previous election in 2018, Mr. Patil, we had Siddaramaiah very clearly mentioned by the Congress as the CM face.
No, nothing. No, so it wasn't so. He was the chief minister from 2013 to 2018. Then also they have not named Siddaramaiah as the chief minister.
But they very clearly indicated that Sidhu only will continue as the CM if the Congress wins. Nonetheless, it's a very visible divide.
Never it has happened. Even in 2013 also it's not happened, and in 2018 also it's not happened.
So that may not be the right strategy. Don't you think right now Basaraj Bommai is the CM face for the BJP, and it seems like they have a guiding light and a force to reckon with, and that's somehow keeping the party united. There doesn't seem to be a divide here. But with the Congress, what's happening? You have DK Shivkumar camp, you have Siddaramaiah camp, the grassroots level workers are warring on the ground. So where is the time to really focus on your victory?
Everything. There were some in the democratical setup. There might be some differences in organization and all other things. But there's nothing as such in Congress. It is always the party high command. Elections take place. We get our numbers. Then legislature party meeting, and the party high command will take a call who should be the chief minister.
Since you spoke about the party high command, Mr. Patil, since you spoke about the party high command, I know that Rahul Gandhi was with you yesterday as part of that rally. The Congress high command right now has the ED breathing down their neck. The Enforcement Directorate investigating some corruption allegations on Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi. Do you believe that will have a bearing on the true voters when elections come?
As regarding ED case on Associated Journals Limited, on Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, everybody knows this is all witch hunting. Let me remind you, in Karnataka, from last 1 year, 21, the Contractor Association have named almost most of the ministers are taking 40% commission here. And that is written to the Prime Minister of India. Then why there is no raid on these people, these ministers of Karnataka? It's all selective witch hunting. They want to suppress the opposition parties. If that would be the case, when they write to the Contractor Association, write to the Prime Minister, why the Prime Minister has not taken any action? Why the BJP ministers are not being raided? Why no income tax case, no ED case, no CBI case against those ministers in Karnataka?
All right. Well, Mr. Patil, at this point, Karnataka is going to elections in barely 8 months' time, and if you don't fix your differences, it doesn't seem like you'll put up a tough fight against the mighty BJP in the state.
There is no differences in Congress. We are all united. Siddaramaiah, DK Shivkumar, MB Patil, Parmeshwar, Ravi Deshpande, name anybody. We are all united. Mallikarjun Kharge ji, everybody is united, and our focus is on to get our numbers, Congress government in Karnataka.
All right. We'll take your word for that. Mr. Patil, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time
Thank you.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.